and the Rajyogis, and you therefore definitely have to become pure in order to claim the kingdom. Paying attention, paying attention to what makes you become worthy of the kingdom. To pay full attention to this study, you can receive the kingdom. Listen carefully what the Father says and imbibe it well. When the Father speaks to you and you children listen to him, you will receive the kingdom. If while listening to him, you yawn or nod off, or if your intellect wanders around, you will lose the kingdom. Therefore, pay full attention to this study. So we have to follow this path where we have all, and we therefore have to be cautious. Om Shanti. The spiritual father explains to you, spiritual children, today Baba will explain to you children about Hatha Yoga and Raj Yoga. You children know that whatever yoga people outside teach, it is the Hatha Yoga because they are the sannyasis who are renunciates of karma. In fact, householders should not study Hatha Yoga or the renunciation of karma. That is the path of isolation and the separate religion. Your religion is the daddy religion. Those daddy attain their kingdom by studying Raj Yoga. You are now Raj Rishis. Rishis are those who remain pure, who you are now pure. If you don't remain pure, you cannot be called Rishis. You become pure in order to receive the kingdom. Those people don't become pure to attain the kingdom. You know that what we have a pure kingdom in the pure world. It is became the pure. Worthy of worship, family path of the daddies in the Bharat 5,000 years ago. They have now become impure worshippers. How did they become impure? There is the account of 84 birth. The father who is teaching you easy Raj Yoga also tells you the account of 84 births. What would those of the sannyas religion know about the other religions? This is the ancient religion of the deities. That religion comes into existence later. Sannyasis cannot understand that which took place in the past. You know there are many types of Hatha Yoga and the path of devotion begin in the Copper Age at the same time. This is now Raj Yoga. Those people have been studying Hatha Yoga for birth after birth. You study this Raj Yoga for just one birth. They take rebirth and have to study Hatha Yoga for birth after birth. You don't have to take rebirth in order to study Raj Yoga. Only at the conferences you study this Raj Yoga. Once you have received the kingdom and it is the heaven, all the other religions disappears. You are Raja Rishis, Radhe and Krishna are pure. Sri Krishna is also called a Mahatma, great soul. Mahatmas are pure. You too are now Mahatmas and Raja Rishis. A Mahatma means pure, great soul. These things are not mentioned in the scriptures. The scriptures are created later. They sit and write them like stories. They sit and make up plays about the things that happened in the past. None of those things is true. The Father is now teaching you children in a practical way. They have been made up some history about this. There were the Yadavas and the Kauravas and the Pandavas. They must definitely have existed at the conferences. People have said and made up a history of the conference age. The festivals to belong to the conferences, the festivals of Raksha Bandhan is based on the purity. The memorial of that starts later. The Father makes everyone pure here and has them make a promise 6 years a steel bracelet, and that is a sign of purity. Hindus wear sas or strings, which is a sign of purity. However, they don't remain pure. They have a Rakhi attire, but they don't understand the meaning of that. Previously, Brahmins used to tie the Rakhis, but now a sister ties the Rakhi on her brother and he gives her a gift of money. This fashion has now been created. In fact, it is a matter of purity. The Father says to his children, lust is the greatest enemy. Those were the Brahmins which don't experience in this way. The unlimited Father now says, children, promise that you will remain pure and never indulge in vice. You call out to the Father to come and purify the impure. No one calls out to him. In the golden and silver age, that is the kingdom of Rama. This is the kingdom of Ravan. The 5 vices don't exist in the kingdom of Ram. As the king and king, so the subjects, you children, know that you are now claiming the kingdom of heaven from Baba. You definitely have to leave this hell. Baba has come to purify us and take us to the heaven. So why should we not become pure? They have many different types of Hatha Yogas. Go and see the variety of Hatha Yoga yogis, and then they are in the museum of at Jaipur. Nothing is accomplished through that. They just continue to come down, and later the Father has explained that when Bharat becomes impure and the kingdom of Ravan begins, the earth begins to say, all the golden places, etc. go down below. It is not that the places were looted, just the temples were looted and some of the gold and jewelry was taken. You are those who have the greatest interest in the jewelry. As soon as you go to the heaven, you wear jewelry and the rule of kingdom. Those of the other religion do not rule a kingdom as soon as they become You are claiming your inheritance of the kingdom of the human from the unlimited Father. The Father sits here and explains this. He does not recite the Gita to you. I did not speak anything that is written in the Gita. It was the human beings who later made up the scripture from the elevated versions I spoke. Only you heard the things I said to you, and you then went and ruled the kingdom. This knowledge does not remain there. The Father sits here as the teachers and teaches you. The Father only explains in Hindi. Here everyone speaks Hindi because your language is Hindi. In fact, the ancient language is Hindi. Not Sanskrit. The Sanskrit language emerged from the Sankaracharya. Those who come later start their own language. It is not that Baba spoke to the Gita in the Sanskrit language. No, Guru Nanak has its own granth. He established the Sikh religion, and people therefore believe him to be an incarnation. There are even kings in that religion. There are no kingdom among us. The sannyasis, Baba has explained, Buddha, Christ, etc. are at the first householders' souls. However, those who are impure householders cannot establish a religion. A pure soul entered each of them and established a religion. There are many other different religions. They come and establish their own small sects, etc. This too is shown in the picture of the tree. There is a lot of difference between Hatha Yoga and Raj Yoga. These matters have to be understood. Those who can't understand these things continue to know all at the time. You are receiving religious years. This income is a very great. You feel your applause and joys. You have to listen to this with your eyes open. If you continue to nod off or your intellect continues to wander around outside, you cannot attain the kingdom. You are Rajrishis who attain the kingdom. The Father and the Lord Sri Krishna is establishing the kingdom. Sri Krishna receives the inheritance from the Father. Your Father is the incorporeal one from whom you are to receive the inheritance of the kingdom of the world. You become so wealthy. Only the Father comes here and teaches you Raj Yoga. You can travel and tour around, eat and drink, but you simply have to remember the Father. The wealthy definitely eat well. They eat the fruit of their income. You may eat malpua, fried sweet roti, especially prepared for bhog on the mama day, or just plain roti. But remember the Father, you may eat anything. What do you have all the money for? Baba does not forbid you anything. Simply have yoga with the Father. There is no expense in establishing the kingdom. There is so much expenditure on those who are there is so much expenditure on aeroplanes. When aeroplanes crash, they are totally destroyed. There is so much damage caused. The Father says, remember the Father while walking and moving around, continue to spin the discourse of self-realization. We have completed our 84 verse. We are not going home. We are not going home. We will return home and then become and rule that kingdom. You are actors. Those films last for the 2 to 2.5 hours. This unlimited place continuing for 5,000 years. Only human beings can understand this. This world is a forest of thrones. The biggest throne is just because it causes sorrow from its beginning through the middle to its end. The second number throne is anger. Look at the signs of it. The Mahabharata, when they become angry about something, they immediately start dropping bombs. They have now created such bombs, don't even ask. There is no battling, etc. In the golden age, the Mahabharata has been begun. So at the conference age, there is no mention of this war in any other scripture. When you are there, you are the master of the whole world. There cannot be any questions of a war there. They have portrayed between the devils and the radis in the scripture. However, the radis are non-violent. You became the masters of the world through the power of yoga. This is the power of silence. You don't have to say anything. Through this power of remembrance, you claim that kingdom of the world from Baba. Look how much difference is there. There is distinction takes place with the power of science. Through that very science, you will then see the happiness of the golden age. They invent things with science. They do that for happiness. They do will come and take this knowledge. Everyone comes to the exhibitions. As you make further progress, everyone will come. The sound of your power of silence will spread. You ask them who the God of the Gita is. No one else can ask such a question. You should also put up the pictures at the palace where you ask this question. Is the God of the Gita is the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, or it is the Sri Krishna, the one who takes the full 84 verse? Only Father makes you pure from impure. The Krishna soul takes 84 births and become ugly. The Father sits here and explains, you have taken 84 births. You do not know your own births. Actors should know how they take 84 words. The religion of the sannyasis is completely separate because the people of the Bharat do not know their own religion. They continue to go into the other religions. When someone receives wealth through this blessing of a guru, he stays with that guru. However, he then goes bankrupt, he would say that it is the will of God. When they have a son, they become a very happy. But if the son dies after 10 to 12 years, they say that that is the will of the God. It is not in my hands to bring out the back of life. Baba has seen many as such examples. There are many of them like that. Their father is sitting here and he tells you the children, sweetest children, become pure. Do you remember that when the great Mahabharat war took place, Draupadi calls out, Baba, these devils are stripping me, protect me from them. This is a matter of 5,000 years only because of the vices are innocent ones insulted. Even some women are such that they cannot do without poison. They are named Suparna or and Putana. Those who harass others for vices are Kans, Jarasandha, Sisupal, name of the devils in the scriptures. All of them are to be destroyed at this time. It is the devilish kingdom of Ravan and it will then be God's kingdom. You now know the whole cycle of the how you take 84 verse. You forget this when you indulge in vices. The faces of those who indulge in vices grow pale. They themselves understand this and feel what I done. The father says, children, do not fall into the gutter of poison. It causes you sorrow from its beginning and through the middle of its to its end. Don't get involved in that. Take an oath that you will never indulge in vice. God speaks. Lust is the greatest enemy in every picture. Write this first. The ocean of knowledge, the purifier, the bestower of the knowledge of the Gita. God Shiva speaks. Then the name of the Sri Krishna will be removed. The God of the Gita sits here and teaches us this. We are receiving this same knowledge now. God comes and establishes a new world, and the old world is then destroyed. There is the sacrificial fire of the knowledge of the Rudra. It is really Shiv Baba. You would not say Rudra Baba. In Bombay, they have the Baburnath temple, Lord of the Thrones. Babur means thrones. Why have they named him Baburnath? No one understands this. The images of Shiva, they have given him many names. Shiva Baba comes and changes the forest of the thrones into the garden of flowers. He is your Baba, and his name is Shiva. The words are very clear. Salutation to the Supreme Soul and salutation to the Brahman who are to become deities, just as a physical father would explain. So the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, it sits here and explains in exactly the same way through this chariot. Children, don't defame the name of my clan. Don't do anything bad. This Baba also says, children, never indulge in vices unless you become pure. You will not be able to claim a high status in heaven. You are earning a very great income, whereas everyone else is losing everything. Although someone may have multi-millions and build huge places and spend hundreds of thousands of rupees, you understand that all of it is a waste of time. None of it is useful. Everything will be destroyed. They think of it will continue to 10 to 12,000 years. You children understand that death is ahead of you, hanging over your hands in just a short time. There will be the earthquake and everything will be begin to shake. Countless people die in earthquake. Destructions now has to take place. You have had a business of this destructions and establishment. You will then see that these again with your physical eyes. They make so much endeavor on the path of the revolution, but no one can go to backward paradise. Yet they cannot be salvation without this knowledge. All of those are toys for the path of revolution. Acha, two used to just build up long lost and now found children. Now nevertheless and good morning from the mother and the father. The special father says namaste to you, special children. Essence for the run perform any bad actions that would defame the name of the clan. Promise yourself to that you will remain pure. Don't waste your time or money in order to go to the that old garden of flower and move your thrones. Blessing, may you become constantly powerful by playing alokik games with the alokik toys and their world remain unsecure and immovable. To experience obstacles of Maya in this alokik life is also an alokik game. Just as you are made to play in order to increase your physical strength in the same way. In this alokik age, consider adverse situation to be the toy and play alokik games. Do not be afraid of nervous about them. Surrender yourself and all of your thoughts to Bhakta and Maya will never be then attack you. Every day, at the Amrit Vela, be a research observer and decorate yourself with power of and you will remain unsecure and immovable. Slow on to listen and to relate building knowledge is also an accumulate always in yourself. Abhak Singha, finish the seed of the impurity and become completely clean, pure. Bapdada's main order is to stay constantly in remembrance and to remain pure in your thoughts, words, and deeds. Not to have any impurity or uncleanness, even in your thoughts, is to be completely purity. If your thoughts are untouched by old impure sanskars, you have these thoughts or they come in your dreams, then here this is not said to be completely purity. Therefore, put the first lesson of may you be a pure and may you be a yogi into a practice, only then you will become equal to the Father and claim a right to come close to the Father. Om Shanti.